Just wear something that covers it up a little bit.
A poncho?
like
going out with a big square
Outlaw
body.
Josie Wales.
Yeah.
Outlaw Josie Wales poncho.
Yeah, you flip it over and you got a mic, you take it out.
Yeah, oh my God, this is round 10.
Look at the people standing up. I mean, this shit was just, they're just...
Oh, man.
Now watch Stokes.
Oh, right hand, that's it. They stop it.
That was
Richard
it?
Steele. Richard Steele was the same guy that stopped Julio Cesar Chavez and Mildred Taylor with like 2 seconds left to go in the final round. When Mildred Taylor was
losing objective
Julio Cesar Chavez dropped him. Mildred Taylor got up, and Richard Steele was like, are you ready to go on?
Dude, he has more muscle in his trapezius, whatever the fuck that's called, than traps I have in my whole fucking body.
He's disgusting. Both of us disgusting. What's interesting about Holyfield, too, he was the first guy that ever really put weight on successfully. Like, he had this crazy strength conditioning program that he did to go up to heavyweight, where he was fairly thin when he was a cruiserweight. When he started lifting weights back then, most people thought lifting weights was terrible.
There was a lot, there was an interesting thing in basketball, don't lift weights and fuck up your shot. They thought you were going to, like, send the ball past them.
Well, you know what it is? It's going to be stiff and sore. When you're stiff and sore, it does fuck you up. It fucks you up in boxing, it fucks you up everything. So that when you actually fight, you're not so this is good. Good.
Praying mantis.
Main stuff. Yes. I love it, right? Yeah. Yeah, that era of boxing, man, those are the golden era when we were kids. Oh God, you know, ABC, Wide World of Sports. Yeah. Get up and watch the fights.
Yeah, I remember watching Leon Spinks, Muhammad Ali. They showed it on TV. It must have been a replay. I remember watching that and just kept thinking Muhammad Ali was going to come back. It was the one that he lost.
Yeah.
Against Leon Spinks. I also remember the Mike Tyson, Michael Spinks fight, and I remember the pizza meeting. My buddy was all excited.
Jesus.
They had just finished their basement, and he went downstairs and he was sitting there to watch it. It was like 90 seconds. And my buddy got off the couch and he was on all fours, like an inch from the TV, just screaming, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Because we didn't understand. There wasn't the education, mainstream education of what a body blow did to you. So unless somebody got hit in the head and their mouthpiece went flying, we didn't understand because that last shot was a hook to the body, and you didn't understand. Like, literally their internal organs just slammed to the other side of their rib cage. You didn't understand that was happening.
Here it is.
Here's the whole fight.
Yeah, this was an amazing moment because Spinks was another guy who went up from light heavyweight, beat Larry Holmes, and then became a heavyweight champ, and then was fighting Tyson.
Yeah, we were yelling at Spinks jinx because we just wanted to beat. We were for Tyson. We wanted to see a fight.
He's got a good right hand, but you can see he's fighting.
Aufpassen!
Really
Granate kommt!
Legitimate heavyweights. He fought Larry Holmes and Larry was and he beat Larry by decision. But
I thought he beat him bad. I thought like that was like, oh no, you don't think of it was the time Holmes fought Ali.
yeah,
And he was looking over at the ref like, what the fuck, are you going to stop that?
Right? And people to the end of Larry Holmes' career, they appreciate him because that. They loved Ali so much. So he only his right hand and was swarming on him.
I remember seeing this video of Muhammad Ali promoting the boom project. He goes down.
Spinks gets up. Referee gives him an 8 count. He says, "I'm fine." And then he gets hit with a right hand right here. As a step. Bang! There it is.
Oh, that was, wow. See, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
He's just like, fuck this. Fuck
His
this.
body's like, fuck this.
Dude, do you know like the fucking balls it takes to fucking walk? Oh, you did it. Jesus Christ. I mean, those guys, you walk into an arena shirtless.
Scary.
That's fucking amazing.
What's really scary is, it's like, think about it, like, meets up to it, and obviously I know know when the whole world is watching, and you know that this is just an enormous moment, and you just got rolled by one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
So, you know, I was watching it he was so fun to watch because he annoyed so many people because he was so cocky. And he had such a weird style as that Prince, oh my God, is that guy fun to watch?
Oh, he was amazing. You know Tyson had syphilis in that, or not, something like that in that fight.
No, that was Buster Douglas.
Did he?
Yeah, the clap or something.
I think it was this fight. I think it was the fight he won. Yeah, the fight when he fought Buster Douglas, just didn't train very hardcore. Just really was just dominating everybody, and just took it for granted. And Buster dropped Buster. And to this day, if you watch that fight when Buster's down, it's more than 10 seconds.
Yeah, but the thing was, he didn't go to the corner fast enough, I thought. And he picked up the count. I thought he would have got up. I don't know. I remember where I was when I watched that. I remember all of that shit. I was at my buddy Mitch's house. We were upstairs, and it was on his fucking square TV. And I was like, you know, because you cheer for the underdog. Mm-hmm. And he was all bummed out. Going, I want to see Mike Tyson. I was just like, I didn't realize what I had lost as a sports fan. Because you're losing greatness. Not like not great, but you know what I mean? You want to see that undefeated, keep going thing, and then afterwards, you know, it's a weird thing.
With the Buster Douglas in that fight, you know the whole story behind it? His mom, and he was devastated. And so he was always a really, really talented guy that just didn't work. Probably because he came out, like in the face, didn't want to think about it because he was focused on it. It was that maybe also he was like really dedicated to it.
I am.
Being locked up and
I don't know how to fix it.
What is it?
It's feeling like I'm not going to be heard. And things are going to go in a way I don't want them to be. So the second there's a suggestion different than mine, I catastrophize in my head, and I will be like, well, you know what, actually I can't do that because I'm doing Joe's podcast. Maybe I could do that tomorrow. I just hear the information and feel like I have no power, and then I go, oh, what the fuck? Then my wife's like, I just asked a question. And then I am so fucking up here, I have to it only takes me like 2 minutes. And then I come in, I put my head to the side of her head, and I just go, I'm sorry. I don't tell you, you married a fuck up. You blew it. You're not good at reading people. Yourself. Like, I apologize. And there's another thing too. Is I also in this have never loved my wife more. You know, gave me a son, and it's just like it's one of those things where you really sit there going like,
My aim is shit.
Way more of a fucking asshole than I thought I was. I knew I was, but I didn't think I was.
But I like Bill Burr, so this is fun.
You realize you've got issues, but you don't know how to solve them. That's what it is?
I realized that I had issues that I thought I was past. That's what fucked me up. You feel like, all right, so I'm taking care of that. Now you can focus on this. And it's like, no, this is still in this pile. We have lost objective
God damn it.
Knowing is part of the way to fix it, though.
Yeah, but then you have to go through the torture of it, because it's not like you know, like the Dr. Phil episode. You need to understand. You fucking yell at people, whatever the fuck. And you go, oh, okay, thanks, Phil. And like you're just gonna go do that. It's like then you have to do the fucking work, and it's so easy to just go back into your. It's a deep groove worn into your personality, and you're trying to get out of the rut, and it's just easy to go back into it and just be on autopilot.
That's why people like psychedelics.
Autopilot.
That's why people like psychedelics, because it separates you so much from who you are. You get a chance to look at yourself. It's one of the things that comes out of it.
I should have done that when I was younger.
Can't do it now, like right now.
On this podcast, I don't think
do a little bit of
professional. I'm supposed to be promoting one of these feature films.
We've already done it. We've promoted it. Looks great. I'm excited. I'm excited to see you with a mustache.
Oh, so you're saying I'm done, and then I can now do this?
You can do a little drugs. Just a little mushrooms. Be good for you.
Listen, Joe, I know you're an influencer, but you ain't gonna win on this one.
Influencer. Influencer. That's a dirty word to me.
I will be. Kids get out of the house and they're fucking great people. Hopefully, if I did the job, then.
So when they're 18, okay, we'll go. When they're 18, I'm gonna take you somewhere.
All right, when I'm 70 and you're 71.
Yeah, we'll get blasted together on mushrooms.
Yeah, I'll finally get that Cadillac.
We'll go to the Pacific Northwest, which will be burnt to the ground once the looters take over those 6 blocks. They're eventually going to expand to 12. There'll be no more Seattle. The trees will regrow.
I love Seattle. Don't say that. How great. You ever played the Moore Theater?
Love it there. It's great.
I love Seattle.
I love Seattle. I'm a big fan. I used to love that Bellevue place. The pool hall that was it was a pool hall connected to a comedy club. Remember that? Did you ever do that place?
I never did that one.
Went under real recently. It was fucking great. I'm trying to remember the name of the place. But it was in Bellevue, and I first went there with Callan. Callan was the one who told me about it. I was like, this is my dream. A pool hall connected to a comedy club. This is the greatest thing I've ever heard of.
Love that guy. He is one of the fastest minds. That's unbelievable how fucking funny that guy is.
It's a very funny dude. There it is. The parlor. Yeah. Permanently closed.
Talented guy too. I saw him one time with a bow and arrow, just talking all of this shit, and somebody hit a bullseye, and then he did the next one. And he split his fucking arrow, talking shit the whole
Brian
fucking.
Callen?
Yes.
Where'd you see this?
At this guy's house that had one of those things.
That was dead luck. Brian Callen's a terrible archer. He doesn't know jack shit about archery.
Hey, listen. I know what I saw.
Were you dreaming?
No, I saw this. He talked shit the whole time, and he did it. It was fucking great. It was like I was watching a movie.
I bought him a bow.
Listen, I gotta tell you something. I think you need to move him a little bit higher up in your brain.
He's one of my best friends. Forever. I brought him a bow.
Great job!
Wait. Carbon spider. Really nice bow.
Never use it once.
I use that bow. I gotta use that bow. He's standing on the spring doing curls, no one hit.
He boxes.
Holy shit.
My brother. He's 53 years old. He can't be getting punched in the face.
Yeah, but he's like a Jason Statham 53. Because you have to know that, dude. Now that we're these old fucks, okay, we're hanging in there. Because you see people, I see at this point. I remember that's when I first felt old. Was when I would meet people after shows, and I'd be like, this guy's got at least 5 years on me, and I'd find out they were 5 years younger than me. Like I'd be like 33, I'd be like, you're fucking 28, and he was like a real 28, married, 3 kids, and I saw what that looked like, you know. But you know this fucking business. This business, you get shit on. It's like I love the harassing to a point on social media.
Harassing?
Yeah, hey, you know. Hey, Billy Boozeface, say Billy Fat Tits and all that shit. Like, that motivates me. You gotta honestly look at yourself. Like,
I gotta start aiming for the head.
They're hanging a little bit. I need to do some push-ups. They will fucking bully you into getting in shit. It's all how you process the information. No?
Yeah, there's something to that. Yeah, look, you talking about fat shaming.
I'm telling you that if I wasn't in this business, I would be a fat fuck. I get those blonde Oreo cookies, root beer floats. I would be fucking hammering that shit. Yeah, because then on Twitter I would just have the fucking the pussy picture, just the egg one. You know, where nobody knows who you are, and I could be a fat fuck being like, you know, just giving people shit. You go do fatter since the last movie. I would have a blast doing that.
How's your shoulder?
It's great.
Better?
Because I've been, I finally, that was another thing. Is this, like, the shoulder thing also caused me that I had to slow down, and like the patience you need to rehab it. And, like, you're sitting there with, like, first it's just the weight of your arm doing the crawls up the wall, then you lay on your side, then it's just the weight of your arm, and then a tuna can, then I went into a can of clams, and now I'm up to the pink weight, the 1 pounder. And then this is the big tipping point. When you go from 1 pound to 2 pound, as ridiculous as that sound, you're increasing the weight load by 100%, and that's when you get hurt. Because you want to get, like, I used to be able to do like 15 pound, you know, 20 pound, 25, those sets you used to do, yeah. And now I you know, when it's really hurting, I reach for some salt. I'm like, it resets it. So what I do is I just slowly work my way up to 3 sets of 20, and then when I go to 2 pounds, when I do it, I'll just do 3 sets of 3. So I'm way beneath the weight load that I did, and then you gradually, it requires all of his patience that I don't fucking have.
Motherfucker.
What is wrong with it?
This one I had a bursitis. This one I actually, I fucked up something else, and this one is totally fine now. But I'm not using it much as I'm using this one, so I do the rehab on both sides just to keep them equal. I've been doing a lot of core work, a lot of back shit that I never did, which is how my shoulder got fucked up. Because I just did the 80s thing. Did everything up here, what I could see, I worked on. So all back here, it was like, we can't fucking hold this shit. So everything, my shoulders bowed in, one was higher than the other, and then eventually it just got pinched. Yeah, do these fucking things. I know that's for this. But I didn't do anything for the middle of my back or lower back, all of it. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You ever use bands?
Yeah.
Bands are a good way to not get hurt. I'm a big fan. There's a product called Crossover Symmetry. It's a series of different weight bands. I'll show it to you out here. I have it attached to one of the bars, one of the cages. And these
Capture the blood!
bands, they come in 15 pounds,
Capture
25
the
pounds, 40 pounds, bunch of different weights. I take these things and I do a whole series of exercises with my
Fucking dying
It's
here,
great. It
medic!
keeps everything strong, and you're not really you're not pushing
Well,
it the
once
same
I get,
with weights.
yeah, I'd like to look at that. I'm not going to do it, but once I get to a certain level of strength,
But the thing is, you can do it. It's not going to hurt you because you're just doing it like this.
lawsuit coming your way, buddy. Look, this is. Oh, I just thought of something. I just forgot something that I learned about myself. As far as like
With rehabilitation.
what else is in there? Oh, this is what I learned about myself. And why I didn't miss stand-up.
Goodbye.
It was freaking me out. Is because what I experienced as a kid, straight across the board, made me go to this mental place of like, I don't care. Fuck it, I don't care, I don't need it, I don't give a shit. And that's what caused everything to get walled off. And that actually feeds into rehabbing injury. Because of that big moment for me where I got this fucking console thing that I'm trying to put in my podcast studio. And they're supposed to deliver it and bring it in there, right? So the day they were going to deliver it, my wife went into labor. So I went to the hospital, and then they showed up.
What the hell is he talking
I
about?
didn't want them going out in my garage. I got all my memorabilia and shit. I just didn't want people in there unless I was there. So I said, I just have them drop it off. I thought it was going to be a box, and it was already assembled. And it was fucking big, right? And it was also the weight load of it. I said, I keep my arms in like this, mostly biceps. And I was
Another
gonna do
shit
this,
cock.
and I was going to do this stupid German-Irish. Fuck it. And what it was going to do was going to set me back. Once again, like I had a big setback in February. I had an acting gig, and they said, hey, it was just a stupid little action thing. There's a wall, put your hands on it, hop over. Can you do that? I'm like, yeah, my shoulder feels pretty good. And the second I went like that, I felt like lightning go down my shoulder.
Grenade from us!
Right back to the fucking tuna canning and all of that shit. So I actually had a friend come over. We were gonna do it. I said, you know what, dude? I owe you a fucking dinner or something. I'm not doing this. And I called up this guy that I knew was a construction company. Well, you got a couple of strong young guys that can just move this thing in there. And I just had them do it. And that's like something that I'm pushing through where it helps me as a comic. And also helps me deal with highly emotional shit because I can just shut shit off and just do what I have to do. Which works, like back in the day when you're going to do Letterman, which was fucking terrifying. It's freezing cold. And you just have to be like, fuck this. It's just fucking people. This is just a different shiny floor that's freaking me out. And there's an icon sitting at that desk. I had the tools to shut that off, which is great for that moment. But it's terrible for the rest of your fucking life. Like there's shit that's, like, I just realized there's just shit in me that I needed to, that I have not dealt with. Death of friends. All of that shit is just sitting in here. And I think that's also like when people then go like, oh, can you do this? Oh, what the fuck? Like, it's not all just that I'm not going to get what I want. A lot of that is like, you got all of this shit that you're sitting on. So you're sitting on all that and you haven't addressed it. So then it just, the only way for the steam to come out is like the snap or whatever. So, which is really
There, looks
not
like trouble.
fair to the people around you. To be honest with you, so I don't know.
You got a therapy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about meditate? You ever meditate?
Yeah, but I find the guy's voice is fucking annoying.
You don't have to
He
listen to
won't
a
shut
guy.
up. Every time I'm getting there, he starts fucking talking
Heads
again.
up, smoke
And then
grenade
he's
out.
using this really soothing, caring voice that makes me face all of that shit that I didn't get growing up, which
Have
makes
this
me
smoke
angry
grenade.
with this person that's trying to help me. Yeah. Quarantine is not a bad thing.
For what it's worth, you're always fun to hang around with. I always enjoy your company. I don't have any issues with any of your crazy
Because I have
behavior.
a crushing need to be liked. So I tone down my cuntiness when I'm around you. Listen, my
Shit.
wife knows me. Hang out with her one time. She'll tell you some fucking stories.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, the you that I get, I like. That helps you.
You know the deal. You don't know anybody till you live with them.
Smoke going out.
You know?
Let's fight, soldier!
I will not accept it. It's part of my personal.
Smoke grenade's gone out.
Who's the guy that's running the meditation app that's annoying you? You know who that is?
Calm. I'll
I don't want
fix
to put
you.
the guy on blast, but yeah, I do.
Okay. Let me know
And
later.
he's great.
He's
He's great at what he's doing. He's trying to help people.
I understand.
Yeah.
You should do it without a doubt.
Well, I have a story. I can't say what I said nowadays. I can't say what I said. But I was playing pickup hockey. I suck, right? But I'm having a good time out there. I'm just out there trying to get a sweat going, right? And, you know, I'm having my head down, and they're playing no contact because it was really my fault. I had my head down, and this guy fucking knocked me down. He goes, you are right. What I said to that guy, I still fucking regret. I was so mad at him that he was caring in that moment.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's one of those. It was like, what is wrong with you?
Wow. You're really trying to come to grips with all this shit right now.
Help me, someone.
Yeah, because I don't want
You
to
gotta
pass
help me.
this shit on to
On
my
your
kids. That's
So,
what happens, and
as
it's
they're
just
growing
like,
up, you
yeah,
realize
when people are
I'm
like,
dying. Please, I need help.
if people say my kids are not like me, like I'm like, good. That's weird, but I do think that a lot. If they're like, oh yeah, he's, you know, she's like, you know, happy-go-lucky. I'm like, great. Like, I forget what somebody said one time about my daughter, because she's like, she's this angel,
Burr's
right?
getting
And
deep right
they
now.
Made some sort of, you know, comment. Made the comment, you know, thinking it was gonna hurt me. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's fucking music to my ears. I don't want her to be like me. Don't.
do you think they were trying to hurt you when they said it?
No, it was one of those common things where they don't have kids, so and it was with guys, and they don't know what to say. So then they gotta like make a fucking joke. Like I had a buddy of mine, a comedian, on my birthday. He goes, "Hey, happy destroying your mother's uterus day." And I just remember laughing, going like, "Oh, this guy has to do a little more work than I have to."
Or you just
I
being
can
funny?
say, I know, but I mean, I know what it is. It was
Bill,
a Boston comic.
don't be
and
so
he
negative.
couldn't just say happy birthday because that would be gay. So he has to go to so overcorrect that. It has to go to that level. It's so fucking stupid. It's probably why guys die before women. You hang on to shit, and there's all that stuff, you know. Can't say enjoy sunset, Joe. You can't do that.
Why can't you?
But I do. I know you do. I know, but the thing about you is you can also beat the shit out of most people in a fucking room. So you got that. So people can be like, oh, wow. You know, they actually want to hear
Back to
that
the
from you.
objective.
When they see you spinning heel kick, they want to know that you enjoy a sunset. Because, like, I don't want... If this guy's as angry as I am and can do all of that shit, what are my odds of getting out of here? So you want to see that out of a guy like you.
Good guy like you don't want to see it. Don't want to see you enjoying the sunset.
I don't know what it is. I am too in here to understand me. I have a very weird thing. I have an alley of my personality that works that I somehow turned into a living.
Yeah.
But the rest of it looks like Fred Sanford's yard. Old radiators and bed frames and shit. It's a fucking mess.
It's interesting because I've never seen you this introspective, where you're really trying to work it out. You're really thinking about it more than I've ever seen you think about it before. You've always joked around about it, you know.
You
In all
have
the
to
years I've
capture the
known you, it's always been a
objective.
part of the things you talk about. But it seems much more at the forefront of your consciousness right now. It's something you really need to work on. You really realize that this is, I gotta fix things.
Yeah, I think it started last year doing the movie.
Capture the
it brings
objective,
back the
soldiers.
movie. There was a bunch of shit that I had to play that I never had to play before. You want me to be a loud fucking asshole, I can do that. But then all of a sudden, like, I had a lot of anxiety about a lot of the stuff. Like, my character had 2 kids. And like,
Yeah,
the first
he
time
is.
I meet the kids,
He's fucking
it's
funny.
classic acting. Where it's just like, you just show up. I remember I took this acting class. This guy, Brendan Hughes, he was great. He was saying, like, he was talking about what it's like to go on a movie set. It's just like how you have to have access to all these emotions because you're showing up. And it's just like, okay, you're this guy, and this is your dad, and your mother just died. And action. And it's just like, what? Because that's the way it goes. It just goes real quick. So, yeah. So I have to play like this. So I got 2 kids here. So the first day I met them, we had to do the family photo. They wanted to have one of those things in the background for a scene, so you have to. And I'm sitting there going like, fuck, you know, I gotta act like I love these kids the way I love my kids. Like, and that was really confronting for me as far as how I'm wired. Well, fuck you, I don't need anybody. So, I had like a fucking panic attack before, like,
Really?
even that thing, like just being like. Just that comic thing where you're just like, dude, I stand on stage, I do shit jokes for a fucking hour, you get the check, and then I fucking leave. I smoke a cigar, fucking leave me alone, right? And this thing here, it's like, no, you're now on a schedule. Somebody tells you where you have to be, so like, you know, I was like a cat on a leash all of a sudden, like, I have to be all these places, so I was freaking out about that. And then I had to do the picture with the kids. So what I did was,
Oh, I forgot the button to the knife.
I got myself into a really silly mood. I was
That's it square.
I was joking with all the other actors. I was making fun of myself. I was joking with anybody that had anything to do
Oh
with
yeah,
the movie.
I've seen a couple episodes. It's pretty good.
To get myself.
I haven't got into it, though.
When I met them, I started joking
I love his
around
stand-up.
about what I look like, and this is what your dad looked
He was
like,
sweet
and
in
they started laughing. So when they took the picture,
Mandalorian too.
we were actually laughing about a joke I was making about myself, and then I looked at the pictures, and they looked real. They looked like I love these kids. So I got over that hurdle. So like throughout the shoot, you know, obviously the shit yelling at Pete, it's like I can fucking do that all day. But all that other stuff, and it's like, okay, and you know, Jeb would be like, okay, and you meet Margie, and you're sweet.
I gotta quit spawning on that
in
tank.
life, but I've never, you know, as a comedian, I don't think you ever really go on stage. Even if you were to do something where you were smitten, you're making fun of that emotion and the stupid things that you do. It's like, no, we need you to play this real, like you really have just. And I'm like, oh, so I'm like into her. He goes, no, you're love struck, like a lightning bolt. And I'm just like, and it's like, oh, jeez, like I don't know how to fucking do this, and you know, fucking in my head. This person's won an Oscar, and I think I suck. You know, just going through all of that shit.
Gotta
So it
capture
took
the
me
objective.
probably 2 weeks on the film. It was 2 weeks in, they had shot enough of my shit where I was like, all right, they're not gonna fire me. I can kind of relax. So then after that, I had a great time. I had a fucking great time.
Got you,
Best
bro.
time I've
He's
had
dead.
on any acting gigs, and I've had a lot of fun throughout the years. So I think that's what sort of started it, and I was kind of like,
Throwing smoke.
you know, trying to communicate it to my wife, and she doesn't know what I'm talking about. She's like, you're doing a movie, this is fucking great. And she has access, you know, opposites attract. She has access to all of that shit. She's actually, you know, a fucking way better actor than I am and stuff, so she helps me out a lot. So after those 2 weeks, I was able to chill, and then I had a great time, and I got over a bunch of hurdles, and I was kind of like, oh, this is like growing as a comic, where it's like, okay, I know how to do this as a comic. What if I try to act something out? It's not my safe space. Nah, I start feeling like an open mic. Like me, and like start getting spots at the store. Go home, live home with my parents. I start doing that shit. Yeah. It's a whole show going on up here, Joe.
Did you watch it after it was done?
Yeah, I watched the initial cut of it, and then I saw the final version.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's one of those things. You just you know everything that was there and wasn't there, and like especially with jokes. Like there was some, you know, there's always going to be stuff that you, oh God, why did they cut there? I wish they put this in. But like as far as like the movie itself, I loved it, how it worked, and the way they put it together. And there's the opening scene that's in the movie. Initially was in the middle of the movie, and somebody, Judd, I don't know who came up with the brilliant idea to put that scene first, and totally changed the tone of the movie. And that's when it like took off, because I saw a real raw cut, and I was like, this is a bunch of funny shit. And like everybody I've ever talked to who edits a movie, like when they watch their first cut of the movie, they're like, oh my God, I'm never gonna work in this business again. I just wasted my fucking, you know. I was actually talking to one of the actors who directed one of my favorite movies, Trees Lounge. Steve Buscemi made that movie, and he told this whole fucking hilarious story about, you know, when the first cut that he watched of it, like he just like went home like a zombie, you know. And it's such a great movie by the time he was done editing, but his first like look at it. So that helped me out. A guy as good as him had that type of thought. And I was just like, oh shit, I think that shit all the time. You know, this guy's an icon. He thinks that this is normal.
Gosh.
I guess I'm kind of normal to think this shit. So yeah. So I think that started it, and then I just kind of would have
Some beavers.
just been happy to get through the movie.
I'll have to look that up.
And then that would have been it. And then I had to be quarantined. But we all got quarantined. Self-involved me. Everybody's quarantined, and then that just became me sitting around, and I was like, I'm not watching TV because this is just gonna fucking make me feel like claustrophobic watching all this news and shit, trying to be informed. So I kind of went away from that, and then I was just in the house with me, just sitting there, and everybody was asleep. Fucking thinking, but not in a bad way. I don't think. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't seem like it's a bad way. It seems like you've isolated some of the things that you have a problem with that you need to work out.
I'm wounded! Medic!
I mean, that's one great leap on the way to figuring it out. It's knowing what you're trying to work. Some people build their whole life not understanding what the fuck is wrong.
Jealous of those. I grew up a lot of
I gotta
those
switch to
Those
Conquest.
people watch TV all the time.
No, they are who they are, and they just fucking do that. There is something, I have actually,
Let's do it, dude.
it's so fucked up. There's people, like, when I look at people that just do whatever the fuck they want to do, you know, like, who doesn't want to just fucking eat a large cheese pizza and then finish it off with a pint of ice cream? Like, those people that do that, I know they pay for it, but there is something to be, I'm reading this book right now on Bobby Lane, who was a quarterback for the Detroit Lions, and there's all these legends. Like, his story is so legendary, you don't even know where the legend is and where the truth is. But like, this guy Art Donovan used to tell a story about, you know, he was on the other team and he sacked him, and you know, he's getting up and Bobby breathed on him. He goes, Jesus Christ, man, where the fuck did you go last night? And Bobby allegedly said, last night, he goes, I had a couple of pops at halftime. You know, these guys were fucking lunatics. And he lived this life where he had this wide array of friends, really progressive, where he like, you know, playing sports, he had African-American friends, and if they were to go in someplace,
Text me right now.
Can't come in, he goes, no, we're not fucking going in. I mean, this guy was doing this in the 50s and 60s, right? And he was always like that, but he died at like 58 or 59, and it was hard for all of his friends to see him, you know, not being like the legend. But there's a great part in the book where he's talking about his life and like knowing that, you know, he probably should have gone easier, but like this big smile came on his face that he kind of did it the way he wanted to. Because believe me, dude, I would love to go home and kill a bottle of bourbon right now. I would love to smoke another fucking 5 of these fucking things, but I got too many people dependent on me. But there is something to be said about living, you know, those people, they just, like, I like booze. I like it. I like getting drunk. and just
Yeah.
do it every night. I'm fucking gonna do it. I live at home. I want to get a pizza. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
a fucking pizza. You do pay for it, but there is. I maybe
I'm bad
think of
with
like
text, dude.
well, what's,
Lemmy from Motorhead.
Well, what's that life like?
Yeah.
As opposed to being like, well, you know, I got to make sure I eat my Brussels sprouts and I like and you kind of inch your way to death, as opposed to just being like, fuck it, pizza tastes good. I want a pizza. Fuck it, I'm having one. Let's try every bourbon. I love that in the Lemmy doc, when he just had all those bottles of bourbon. The greatest thing in the Lemmy thing was when those guys were saying, Lemmy goes, hey, you want some Jack Daniels? They go, yeah. And he takes a bottle down and then hands both of them their own bottle. And they were like, what the fuck? And he starts just drinking out of this like he's having a Coke. Dean Del Rey said something fucking hilarious about when he watched the Lemmy doc. He goes, dude, if I saw that thing when I was in my 20s and I knew Lemmy was going to live to be 70, he goes, I never would have stopped.
His last days were rough, though. I remember.
I think
there was a
everybody's
video,
last days are rough, unless you drop dead.
But his last days on performing. I mean, he basically performed until the wheels fell off. There's a video of him, like one of the last shows that he did, where he had to walk off stage in the middle of his performance.
He was such a fucking badass. Even like just the way he had the microphone, the way he would sing, where he just came in and the fucking bass was all low.
Yeah.
Can't teach that, man. That guy was fucking in his DNA.
Well, he lived it, that's for sure, and he is a legend. And there's something to be said for that. It's all what you put your energy to.
Yeah,
You
it's
put your
kind of
energy
how
to-
you like. You know what it is? It's the balls to live that life.
Yeah, indulgent and wild.
Yeah, where like
Yeah.
there's all this heroicism to sobriety, but which there is.
Yeah.
Being sober and just taking life in the face every day is fucking hard. And I think to see somebody but that has the balls, even with all this Surgeon General shit, as I'm sitting here smoking a fucking cigar, looking for a toothpick if you have one. No.
Toothpick. Who's got the piece of stick right there? You can
Yeah,
turn that
but
into a
I
toothpick.
can't fucking stick it in here. This is why I had to stop cigars, because I'll smoke it right down on my fucking fingers.
Yeah.
Be aware
Whittle
that
that thing
objective
down.
Caesar has been
Jesus
lost.
Christ, Joe.
Give me that stick.
Oh, is that the way you're supposed to hand somebody a knife?
Well, I was gonna.
Oh, you were going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't need you, Joe. I don't need you.
Luftunterstützung erforderlich. Sperrfeuer auf diese Position.
Wurde angewiesen.
You need a roach stick.
Verstanden, Soldat.
You want another
Flugzeuge
cigar?
sind
So
unterwegs.
no, this is the best part. That's the best part of the cigar?
Soldiers, capture and hold as many objectives as you can.
Listen. Don't switch the kid glove tone.
Just trying to assess the situation.
How are you? Is that what your training has taught you? You talk to all these whack jobs on your fucking podcast.
The Lemmy thing is, that's one of the things that people love about him, right? Because everybody knows you're supposed to eat well. Everybody knows you're not supposed to get fucked up every night. Everybody knows you're supposed to be responsible and mature and smart. But what he did was just
That ain't gonna
wild.
work.
He didn't work. No.
Oh, it's going to be slipping
Look
off.
at him there. He was just wild to the end. And it
Yeah,
worked.
and I think you need people like that.
You do. You do.
Because you can get a lot out of the way that they live
Yeah, you get great art out of those people too. Those wild people, the Bukowskis and the Sam Kinnisons and the Lemmys and the people that just fucking go hard. There's something to that.
Yeah.
There's something to that too.
Yeah.
And there's also something to people that are stoic. What's interesting to me is the range of people. I can get things out of people that just drink water and meditate, and I'm fascinated by them. I'm fascinated by people. Like, I was watching some. Do you know Russell Simmons? He lives in where does he live in? Like Bali or Indonesia or something like that. He was doing an Instagram live, and he's doing it cross-legged with some crazy yoga shawl over his knees and shit, and it looked like an ashram. And he's basically talking like a yogi in an ashram. Like, this guy was the head of Def Jam.
Yeah.
And he got like really, really into yoga. And now he lives in some country somewhere and just fucking does yoga. He's doing Instagram Live talking to people. Like a guru.
Yeah, I ain't gonna go that hard.
I'm not either.
I'll do a yoga. I mean, I kind of do my own version of yoga, just shit that I've learned.
Do you do a little yoga?
I stretch all the time.
Yeah?
I have to, because you know, you just get to a certain age. If you don't, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I love stretching.
Yeah, you kind of got to do all of that shit. So, anyway, enough of that.
You ever take a yoga class?
Yeah.
Like hot yoga? You ever do that?
I just felt like I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And I remember too, also, like, my back was fucked up. That's why I went to the class, and the position she started out with, the twisting was happening too quickly. So I kind of just went down to the mat, and I was doing all the thing, and the teacher got like all freaked out by it.
Really?
She's like, come on, you know, try to stay with the class. You can't be like busting out all these different asanas. And I just started fucking laughing, where I was just thinking, like, this is all supposed to be about listening to your body, and you're like the oil man in here, trying to control. This is your own little fucking economy. The fact that you're walking around like you got it all figured out. You got 99% of people here all doing what the fuck you say, and one guy goes down to his mat because his back is fucked up, and you process it like I'm fucking with your authority in a yoga class. So, with my broad brush, I said, fuck hot yoga.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, yoga teachers like everything else, you know. Some of them you're going to enjoy. Some of them are going to be really good at it, and some of them are going to annoy the fuck out of you. What the fuck out of me is when they start giving you motivational advice and telling you how to live your life. You've got to learn to let go of things. Like for me, and then tell some personal story. And so what I got out of that, like, Jesus Christ, can we fucking move on here? I didn't come here to hear your first grade.
I used to go to this one.
Rudimentary psychology.
It was a great class. It was a great class, but the dude, it was fucking awesome. After a while, I was just psychologically breaking this guy down. And something happened to him at a Gold's Gym. I don't know what happened to him he just was forever making fun of muscle heads. And I was thinking, you know, because I've had the hybrid thing going on. Like, back before I fucked up my shoulder, I loved lifting weights. I loved going to the gym and all that shit. And I liked the energy in a gym. You know, I liked it. And the old school ones, right? When the guys used to walk around with the towels tucked into their fucking, you know, that shit. And he was forever shitting on it. And then another thing that he would do was he would also somehow steer it toward like a subtle comment about lovemaking and the way to, and he was putting out like his vibe that he was good in bed at the same time.
That's a yoga guy move.
You know, and he had the little ponytail and shit. It was fucking, it was like a Will Ferrell character. It was fucking funny. It's like, this is like, it was like a real life, like, Will Ferrell, like just really, just like, I know everything kind of vibe. He wasn't as bad as that, but it was just, the whole,
I get it. Yeah.
It was funny, though,
Shit,
and I used to sit there, yeah, this was like this dude in New York. I remember it was fucking hilarious, and what was hilarious was I was bad at yoga. You're not supposed to even say that.
Oh, no, I have to wait.
You just, you know, wherever your body's at, you're supposed to do that. And I just remember when he would walk around the class and he would adjust people. He'd always skip me and then adjust some hot chick who was way more flexible than me. And it's just like, really? I'm doing it right as I'm sitting over here? For some reason, I never needed an adjustment.
Of course.
And this was like the 90s, so you could get away with this shit. There was a lot of adjusting like this, almost cupping a titty and fucking like, shit on the hips and stuff. Yeah. Hey, God bless him. It's like a Pied Piper. You got all these hot chicks in there and you get them all stretched out before he banged them. And it worked. So I couldn't hate on him for that. But it was... to get through the class, because I have such fucking ADD, I was just, there was like a comedy show going on within it, like, you know, like house, and then like I tell buddies, like, you gotta go. You know, we'll do it, you know, like a bet when he's gonna shit, how many times he's gonna shit on the gym.
Close this map.
What did he say? what would he say? He would talk about the muscleheads coming in there, and they had no flexibility, and you know, and how everything was all like overdeveloped. But you know, he'd always be doing some fucked up pose or something, and he goes, "This works on your psoas." Like what machine in the gym? You know, is it a psoas machine? You know, I can't. It was like fucking a long time ago, and at first it pissed me off. It's just like, well, I like fucking doing curls. What's wrong with
Please!
And then it just became funny to me.
He's a specific type of guy. It's like I went to a yoga guy once. He used to sing. He wound up. He wound up banging this lady that was there.
Oh, there was a lot back in the day. You can't do it now. Yeah, there was a lot of banging back then.
A lot of. This was like I guess it was his late '90s, early 2000s. Maybe. He would sing. It was so cheap. It was so disingenuous. Oh yeah, like he would do these like yoga songs. I was like, you are so gross.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one.
No, yoga
but
guys
but
are famous for that.
there was some really
Grenade going out!
good ones that I found. But I found out, you know, some.
Yeah, there's some really good ones. There's this one. This guy, I mean, you hear him talk, you think he's going to be annoying. He's got
Hit 'em both.
The whole deal, but he's really sincere. He's really into it. He's so gay. He's so gay. It's like oozing when he talks. But you know, he's just so gay. The way it's so gay. Like the way he talks. We're here. We're here. You're supposed to be here. Let it go. That's who he is. Like he's comfy.
Well,
who he
that's
is,
the
and I love
thing.
his class.
Well, that's the thing. As if it's genuine. Then it becomes this great thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hostiles are attempting
That's
to
who he
take
is.
objective
He's
Baker.
yeah. It's like
Bummer.
whoever the fuck you are. If that's who you are, like I like it. I don't want you to try to sell me on who you are. Like the guy with the love making
Goes the
talk.
last 2 hours of this podcast.
They're selling you on who you are. It's really gross.
Capture the objective they
Not
control.
because I like Burr.
It's Indian kill. Come on, do it. Guy again.
He's not even that guy was flawed. He was just like normally you would think if the guy was talking like that teaching a yoga class, like this is not gonna be fun. It was great. There's a lot of people that are really good at it, man. It's just finding them, you know. So I like the place that I go to. I just look at the schedule. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. I'll take her class. I like him. He's fun.
Yeah.
And there's this one dude. He has these weird tattoos, like real strange.
It always has to be clean too, because there's so much sweating going on. I hate when you go like those hot yoga classes. There's just no way to get the floors were sweating. Like there's just no way to.
You just gotta accept it. It's so good for your body. It's so good for your stretching too, because you can get into positions when you're doing hot yoga that you're not gonna get into. And it's like really stretching that tissue out, extending your range of motion. I love it. I'm a fucking evangelist for it, though. I tell so many people to do it. A lot of people have listened, but more people just get annoyed.
Well, I love that when you guys do the Sober October.
Mm-hmm.
You want to watch Segura and fucking Kreischer dry out, and like 3 weeks in, they start looking like movie stars and shit.
Objective Charlie is under our
Well,
control.
when we did the fitness one, we did one Sober October fitness challenge. We all wore these straps, and we had to like compete to see who can get the most fitness points and stuff like that. Ari
Yeah,
got
no worries,
a
everybody.
six-pack. Like Ari got shredded. Like he doesn't even work out. Before that, he was never working out. And over the course of the month, by the end of the month, he had a legit six-pack. He looked great.
But he's always pretty wiry though.
Yeah,
he
pretty thin. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got fat at one point in time because he was eating nothing but candy. He was literally eating candy all day long. He was always like a bag of gummy bears with him and shit like that. But then
I
he
gotta
realized
play. I
how
don't know if
fat
I
he
still
was.
have the
lost
message.
objective
I
Charlie.
gotta play the message. Him congratulating me having a kid. It's so Ari. It's so fucking funny.
But yeah, he dried out with that, and then he never gained it back, but he never had that six-pack.
Dog has been secured.
Because he was super competitive. He was really trying to win. It was really interesting. Interesting to watch.
And I liked how Burt would do it too, where Burt would have like he would always have like crazy dude that was
Fucker.
totally against. What he told
All
me
these
this
fools are rockets
story
now.
about him running the fucking LA marathon and like drinking the night before. It's just like, dude, you could have fucking died.
Please.
And
No, they never really trained for it.
he's mentally strong. He just got himself in this mindset of put one foot in front of the other, and I am not stopping until I get to the finish line.
26 miles.
Fuck.
It's a fucking hell of a haul for a fat guy.
For a knife kill.
Yeah. You won't catch me doing that.
No? No marathon?
No.
Did you ever run at all?
No, I was not. I used to ride a bike. I did that for a while.
Damn, I'm in second. That means my team is
So
not
into it
good.
one time, I actually was drinking in the afternoon, and I still had to run a bike ride. I got on a bike, shit face. It was sweating. This is the 80s too. No helmet, no nothing, and just fucking rode like 12 miles.
Aye.
And I never had heard the expression. I never felt hitting a wall. Like whatever the electrolytes are, there was just nothing left. And I was like 6 miles.
I don't want to die.
This East Coast, there's all kinds of hills and shit from my house, and I was like, I don't think, I don't, what am I gonna do? And there was no cell phones, like, what am I gonna do? So I just kept riding, and then it was like this 5-minute,
anything
like,
else but
I'm
Sniper
gonna
in a
die,
while.
I'm not gonna get through this, and then I just got to the other side where I think my body was just like, alright, there must be something, like death must be chasing us, so we need to go into something else here. And I pushed through into that.
Oh yeah, I got
That's
the
what they say
Thompson. I
happens
forgot
when you do
about
those
that.
ultra marathons. Those people, they get to a point where they think there's no way to keep going. They're doing 20 miles. And they're 38 miles in, and they're ready to quit.
What is
They
this?
just manage to just keep left, right, left,
grenade.
right. And eventually you get into a zone and you cross the finish line.
God bless him. Now that I would just say, well, that you have all the people handing you cups of shit and you can just tap out.
There's a lot of things you have to do in those 24-hour races with them. You run dry.
Jody.
I'm not.
Well, Bill Burr, it's been a great therapy session. And,
Thank you.
I'm
Breakfast
excited
for
about your
Family
movie.
Season 4 coming out
I don't know
tomorrow.
how you have time to do that. How the fuck do you have time to do Breakfast for Family as well as stand up, as well as all the other shit you do, play the drums?
Delegation.
Yeah.
You surround yourself with super talented people. You do your job, they do their job, and you're able to do that. Able to do it. But I needed this break though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I needed it too. I didn't think I needed it. I thought it was fine.
But now I am like fucking chomping at the bit to get back on stage. I
Me
can't
too.
wait, and I miss hearing people laughing and hanging with comics and hearing the crazy shit they say.
Next time I see you, I hope it's at the store.
Yes. Oh, the Troubadour.
The Troubadour.
That's
Either one.
right.
Either
Okay,
or.
cool.
I'm in.
All
Bill
right.
Burr, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Bye, brother.
All right.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon just before Friday, Monday morning podcast. And why is my fucking cord making all this noise? Maybe time for a new one. I have no idea. Hey, sorry about yesterday. I forgot it was Thursday. I've been promoting Season 4 of Breakfast for Family, which you can stream now on Netflix. And I was also promoting The King of Staten Island, starring Pete Davidson, Marissa Tomei, Steve Buscemi, Dom Lombardozzi, and a zillion other, Maud Apatow, a zillion people, is now available to stream everywhere, except Netflix. It's not on Netflix yet, but it's all those other places. I tweeted and Instagrammed about it, all right? I haven't been on the TikTok yet, but I totally forgot yesterday that yesterday was Thursday. I completely spaced, man. So by the time I realized it was, I'd already done Rogan's podcast, and I came home and I got the two little ones to take care of now. So now I'm doing it now. So I apologize for it being late, and I want to thank everybody that's already starting to watch Breakfast for Family and the King of Staten Island, saying all the nice things that you're saying. It's a fun day for me. All this hard work, seeing it get out there.
Keep yourself
People
upright
actually
with
enjoying
this.
it. So thank you very much. And with that, I'll also be on the Joe Rogan podcast, Joe Rogan Experience today. It should be posted today. Had a great time with him. Smoked a cigar. Oh, Freckle smoked a cigar 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row. The night before my birthday, and then I went in on Rogan and he had some cigars. So now I'm shutting it down again. Because I gotta tell you, man, it takes a lot out of you. Get all fucking dehydrated, super tired and all of that shit. So I don't think I'm gonna smoke another one, nor do I really even want to until like August, which makes me feel good that I can dip in and dip out, because it is a fun thing to do with a great friend like Joe Rogan, and then it's also great to not do it because so I shouldn't be doing that stuff. So anyway, I was fucking hilarious. I went into Rogan and he was talking about this shit going on in Seattle, and I have no idea what he was talking about. I haven't been watching the news. It's just I don't fucking screaming and yelling. Like, all my screaming and yelling. It's almost like watching a sporting event. No matter how much I scream and yell, how much I sit in my chair a certain way, or try to switch up the mojo by jumping into another seat, I have no effect of what's going on, the outcome of this. Will prevail and something good will come about it, but at the end of the day, I think,
The enemy is attacking objective Charlie.
I did look up a few things, well, like, what does defund the police mean? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's no lawlessness out there, and it was like, no, taking some of the burden off of them before you get all freaked out like I did. Because I was like, that's ridiculous. Why would you do that? It means to reduce the demands placed on police and shift funding to mental health care, housing, and other social programs. That makes sense to me, because I don't think it's fair for everybody to just live their life and ignore all the problems that we have, and the cops have to deal with the fallout of that. So if funding mental health care, I think a lot of people that are abusing drugs and that type of stuff. I don't know. We had a cop writing one time from Canada was talking about decriminalizing that, treating it like a disease, and then people could like step forward and all that type of stuff. I'm just thinking the amount of people that maybe would die from ODing because everybody else they're doing drugs with leaves, because now you're part of, like, if this guy dies, you're somehow connected with his death and can go to jail time. I had a friend of mine die like that, and everybody fucking took off and left him there. So yeah, anything that's gonna ease tension, I am definitely for. And I also think it's really interesting in Seattle, the stuff where all those protesters went down to the what the fuck you call it, the head guy in charge's house, the mayor's house or something, and they just opened the doors and they let him in there. And that was kind of funny to me, because it's like, all right, well, now you're in the building, so now what are you going to do? But it's just that I don't know. I don't, this shit is so fucking beyond anything that I actually even understand. I live my own little life watching old school sports and that type of shit. I have no idea what's going on. I just hope people are fucking, out of all this, which I really do believe something positive is going to come from this, I hope, before the people with the money do what they always do. So let's get back to my little life here. My little life. Downloaded some cool new music. A friend of mine let me know about this artist, Gabriella Wilson. I'm an old guy, so I'm with She goes by Her, H.E.R. I downloaded both of them. I was so blown away by the first song I heard, and I just started, went on iTunes, checked it out. I downloaded both albums. Fucking outstanding. Incredible. Check that out if you get a chance to. And I've been dealing with my daughter. She's in this new phase. Super control freak, like bossy shit, And I know you're not supposed to say bossy. Remember the band, the Bossy thing? Say, call a little girl bossy, and she starts to avoid leadership roles because she's afraid of being seen as unlikable. That's a very extremely simplistic fucking, I don't know. Is that all it is? How about not creating a maniacal, oppressive lunatic? I mean, I love my daughter, okay? I'm not trashing her, obviously, but I'm sitting there playing with her, and she's just like, no, Dada, you have to sit there. No, come on, Dad. You have to say this. You say, it's like, dude, this isn't playing. This isn't like we're both not having fun right now. You're just telling me what to do and yelling at me, telling me that pretending I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, that's being bossy, and you shouldn't be like that. And that has nothing to do with being a leader. I don't think. You know, like, the shit I've been saying about Trump, it's like when COVID happened, your first reaction to say, well, this came from China and make sure the blame was put where it was. To me, as a follower, that shows, like, weakness. You know, to have these protesters coming up to the fence and then you go and down into the bunker, that's not where you got to step up when you're a leader. And I don't think that, I don't know. It's just a weird fucking time. It's just a weird time where the cork is off the bottle on a lot of shit. So it's going to be a highly emotional fucking time. And then it's going to settle down, and I think that people are going to be like, oh, well, you know. There's a reason the word bossy exists. Some of that shit, you're fucking equating it to like a goddamn word. Like if you don't call somebody a word, then all of a sudden they're going to be a fucking president or something like that. I mean, none of it makes any sense. All right, this dope can be fucking president. It really, I mean, and can continue to make sense to people. And I'm not shitting on Republicans. I'm just saying this fucking guy. Then I don't know. It's beyond. I fucking hate this time in history right now. Nothing is fun. Nothing is funny. I'm not on stand-up. I'm fucking talking into myself. I got nothing to fucking talk about. Every day there's something else. Some fucking idiot drives a car into a fucking crowd and then shoots somebody. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. And then meanwhile, there's this fucking pandemic going on, and all these fucking assholes are bumping fists out there, spiking this shit. While they're trying to solve this fucking problem, they're then going to make a bunch of old people die or small businesses go out of fucking business because people are going to continue to get sick because now there's a spike in this shit. So I don't know what the fuck. I have no idea. But I'll tell you right now, this is no way to start a decade. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And then meanwhile, we're fighting a couple of, never-ending goddamn wars that are fucking costing us a ton of money. But other than that, it's a beautiful day out there today. And I'm going to play One Morning in Maine with my daughter, and if she gets too fucking bossy, I'm going to tell her that, I don't say bossy, but I just, I think that's just a white woman thing. They're sort of above criticism, which is why I'm loving that okay Karen thing and a lot of the reactions to white women about that. Like, wait, you're in us? But we're always the victims. We don't have any privilege. Our white husbands take all of our privilege. That fucking narrative. The put upon blonde white woman. It's one of my favorite fucking. That and an indignant thief is my other favorite characters right now. Like, I'm insulted by that question, when you fucking call them out. Dude, what the fuck is with this goddamn fucking TV? I got this fucking remote control where it's like it either shuts off the box or it and then turns on the TV or the other way around, and I can't figure out this fucking Rubik's Cube. Fucking either that or I'm saying too much crazy shit on my podcast and then fucking some asshole's turning it on. Yeah, Bill, I think that's what it is, because you're that important with your fucking horseshit. Okay, so now that's off, and then the fucking TV comes on. So there's got to be a fucking TV button. TV off. Now that thing has a red light. Now let me bet this thing's going to be like humming now, right? Why did I buy a pencil sharpener? What the fuck? Why did I have a pencil sharpener?
What the hell's wrong with this guy?
I was fucking writing on and all of a sudden I bought an old school one, and I'm like, there's no place to clamp it onto anymore. Fucking outside of the house. So then I got an electric one. Like I'm some accountant in April in 1958. Finishing everybody's goddamn taxes. Or the end of March. Anyway, so I just been watching a bunch of shit.
Let's see.
I've had it, guys. I need to go back. I got to start doing fucking stand-up.
Yeah, you
I am
gotta chill out, dude.
officially out of shit to talk about. I don't give a fuck. I at this point, am I nuts? Like, fuck it. I guess COVID is here to stay, and you either live or you fucking die. The only thing is, though, is these fucking hospitals, now they got like 2,000 fucking patients all of a sudden. 2,000 fucking patients come in on the same goddamn day. I mean, I gotta start getting guests on this thing. We can just sit here and just talk about nothing, you know? So, like, what have you been doing? What is your workout been throughout all of this? By the way, thank you for the birthday wishes on Wednesday. I turned 52. Pickup. I had a great birthday. I had a perfect birthday. I had a root beer float and I smoked a cigar. All right, and you can call me simple. You can call me Dick and call me whatever the fuck you want. I mean, that's all I need. You know. Goddamn people. I at this point, you know, when you get to a certain point, there really should be. Just stop buying somebody's stuff. I don't need any fucking stuff. You know something I also realized? If you've noticed me on these Zoom conversations, I have like 5 T-shirts that I wear, and that's it. I got a blue one, I got a green one, I got this Iceland one, I got a Queens of the Stone Age T-shirt, and I have a fucking Austin City Limits T-shirt, and that's pretty much it. So I really only need like 5 fucking T-shirts. You know, I guess when I'm not working, I don't need any of my button-down shirts. Oh, Billy fucking Bozo the Clown when I go on stage. I'm really realizing how all of this shit that I have, I don't even fucking need. This isn't anything. What it is I need to fucking go on a drive. I've been nomadic my entire adult life, being on the fucking road, and I need to fucking, I can't believe I need to go to a fucking airport. I need to go to the airport.
That's full stripping.
I need to go into a strip mall, and I need to stand on stage, and I got to dump all this shit out of me. Yeah, I gotta give it up to the protesters, man. I mean, this is just like unprecedented. It's like 3 weeks of this shit, and they're not letting up. This is gonna change things. I think in a good way.
Strategic and tactical.
But in the meantime, I would love to go on stage and tell some fucking jokes to somebody.
Well, this one I don't have to wait.
Anybody.
So this one I'm going to.
All right, and then this is what I'd love to. This guy says, Pete Hegseth on Seattle Protest Zone. We're getting a scary glimpse into what the leftists want. Everything has to be fucking labeled. Because if he just said what these people are doing is fucking scary, you could be so much more open-minded when you read it, or you wouldn't have your mind already made up with the people like, oh, these liberal snowflakes. Let's read a little bit of this, see what this fucking guy has to say. Oh, Fox News. They are as open-minded as CNN. Let's see. As protesters in Seattle continue to claim their own territory, Fox and Friends weekend. Doesn't that sound fun? Fox and Friends. Sounds like a kid show. Host Pete Hegseth said on Friday that leftist ideas such as defunding the police, dissolving the southern border, and revoking the Second Amendment will not work. Yeah, what is dissolving the southern border? By the way, who are these fucking people making the, like, I know how to run the country. Well, what did you major in political science? The question is, do you send in troops? Do you say, hey, this isn't going to happen anymore, or do you let Seattle sort of implode on itself? It's a scary glimpse into the minds of leftists right now. Yeah, people on the extreme right saying this the extreme right. And it'd be nice if people at Fox News would occasionally call out extremists on the right, and CNN could call out extremists on the left. They just don't fucking do it. Oh, God, there's got to be some other fucking news. Is there any other news? Trump says he's fine with pushback from Pentagon leaders. In reversal, Starbucks will allow employees to wear Black Lives Matter T-shirts. People, you have to understand the quagmire.
Jesus Christ. Couldn't kill those guys at all?
They live by the bottom line, okay? And racists, either hardcore or borderline, buy their coffee. So all they're trying to do is just straddle the fucking line.
All right, we'll say that we care, but we won't, in a clothing way, state that we give a shit. So I can sell a chai latte to an African American or a fucking Klan member. Because at the end of the day, people, a corporation does not give a shit where their money comes from. Okay?
Help me!
Because you see,
Yes, Bill
they
Burr.
say we're not doing
I
it,
agree.
and then all of a sudden today, they're going to do it. Why are they going to do it? Because enough money said that's fucked up. Okay? So they don't give a shit. Now, are they guilty, or are they just playing the game the way that it's fucking set up? I mean, that's fucking disturbing. The way that you could just, you know... There was another guy who got removed. Some CrossFit guy. I'll tell you, nobody is going to enjoy the CrossFit community in Florida like I do. I mean, this has nothing to do with CrossFit. It has everything to do with the fact that I just hate watching people running down the street, man. I'm fucking sick of
Throwing a ball!
like some fucking idiot running down the street with a fucking coffee table, lifting it up and down, screaming and yelling like we're in the fucking military and I'm on a base. What a collection of fucking self-involved douchebags. And I love because they thought it was such a positive environment that their Führer turned out to be a fucking asshole. This has nothing to do with CrossFit. That's the fuck out of cabin fever. I have nothing to do what I want to stand up. It's finally hitting me. I said I didn't care. I said it didn't bother me. I said I didn't miss it. That was me just denying it. And now it's all coming to the surface. All right. Let's see. What do we got here?
That was a pretty good run.
That's great. Disappointed. Some CrossFitter who looks like she could throw me from a fucking goddamn side of a battleship said she was disappointed with CrossFit's charges as former CEO still owns the company. Oh, what did he say? I want to know what he said. CrossFit. Greg Glassman. That just sounds like somebody in your high school class. He's there, right? He's just background. Greg Glassman. All right, George Floyd scandal is a lesson in corporate compliance and how not to set a tone from the top. Yeah, but exactly. But here's the fucking thing about that. All this is teaching people is to shut the fuck up. Sorry, my voice just cracked me. That's all it's teaching them. It's not. You're not changing their hearts. CrossFit CEO Greg Glassman. Glassman's quote, not racist tweet about George Floyd and the coronavirus and CrossFit's subsequent lack of action is a parabola. A parable? I don't know. Of corporate compliance and ethics screw-up of massive proportion. It is proof that a damaged corporate culture has real cost. You could also equate that to the individual. But we always make choices for ourselves first. Over the weekend, Glassman responded to a tweet by the Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation about the link between public health and racism by writing, "It's Floyd-19," referring to the man who was killed by white officers in the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, we can figure that out. He then went on to explain, "Your failed model performed us, and now you're going to model a solution to racism?" Oh, he lost a bunch of money in his gyms. That's what happened. So he got all into his feels. It's like, first, look at this guy. He doesn't give a fuck. Have everybody come down here and sweat all over each other. I don't give a shit.
I should have shot faster.
This is a tale as old as time itself. You hit this guy in his wall. Look at this guy. He's like, I don't know how fucking old he is. He still has a hat on backwards. Talking to young people. Oh yeah, this guy, I'm gonna make a bunch of fucking snap judgments on this guy. George Floyd's brutal murder sparked riots nationally. Quarantine alone is, quote, accompanied in every age and under all political regimes by an undercut of suspicion, distrust, and riot. Thanks.
Courtesy.
Wait, that's what he wrote? Your failed model quarantined us, and now you're going to model a solution. Now, who's he talking about? And the quarantine model failed, people, because people didn't comply with it.
We can still turn this around.
The reality is if everybody stayed home and didn't fucking breathe on each other, this thing would have burned out by now. Am I nuts? But then there was a bunch of people being like, this was designed to take Trump down. Trump came up with this thing, blah, 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 blah. You know, you right?
Holy shit.
A bunch of people with no fucking background in any sort of fighting a fucking pandemic. A bunch of people with no fucking... A bunch of people like me who don't even know what the fuck they're talking about went out and fucked that whole thing up. So I don't know who he's yelling at. Oh my God. Is it me? Is this podcast the most mind-numbingly boring thing you've ever heard in your life? Because it is for me. I am so fucking sick of all of this fucking shit. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of it, and I can't fucking deal...
Bill, everything's okay.
This is why I don't go on.
Objective dog is now ours,
I'm so fucking
soldiers.
sick of everybody's fucking goddamn fucking opinions about shit
Well done.
and not
We have
looking at
taken
themselves and how the
objective
fuck they're contributing to shit. And I'm just sick of not having fucking happy topics. Where in the fucking
What now,
news
Sergeant?
is it just something silly and ridiculous that I can make fun of? I never had a heavy podcast. I never wanted to have one. All right? Glassman, 10 athletes banned from CrossFit Games for steroids. Man seriously injured in West Seattle shooting. That's not fun. 2 dead in the South Seattle shooting. 1 killed. Man injured in North
We are
Seattle
losing
shooting.
objective dog.
Seattle police shooting. This no Seattle. Seattle. It's at the early 90s again. After fatal shooting in Seattle. Am I in the wrong? Okay, world. Here we go.
Attention, objective dog is now lost.
Faded away into a dark night in North Korea system. Want to see that Trump has failed. I thought him and that guy were boys.
What's he talking about right now?
U.S.-Iraq talks promise U.S. troop withdrawal falls short of timeline. All right,
Shit. Oh.
International Fine Court condemns U.S. sanction order. Sounds like fun. Arab envoy warns Israelis that I'm too dumb for this page. Boris Johnson says attacking statues is lying about our history. Isn't that finally an honest response from people that were caught under the tires of those people?
Good
It's
point.
not like books about those people, the statues. You really don't need a fucking statue, do you? A statue is as dumb as a fucking headstone on a grave. I never understood that. It's right, you're dead. Put them in the ground and help them enrich the fucking soil. We're all part of nature. Let's do this, right? Put them in the ground, butt-ass naked, no shoes unless they're biodegradable. All right, the woman behind France's Black Lives Matter movement wants a race-blind society to recognize its racism. New corona cases see Beijing close 2 food markets, scrap plan to let some kids resume school. Dude, this is fucking, let's go, how about some sports news, how about that? What do we got here? Sports news. Significant number of players disappointed about not having a vote. Oh my God. NCAA committee recommends 6 weeks calendar to start 2020. College football season, yeah. Wow. Latest sports news. Okay, here we go. Something fun. Guys, if I didn't have a bunch of shit I had to go fucking do, I would literally scrap this fucking podcast. Alex Cora, Astros sign-stealing scandal wasn't just two-man job. No shit. Yeah, I know. And you know what? That mobbed-up NBA ref wasn't just by himself.
All right, since the Boston Red Sox fired him for his role in the Houston Astros electronic sign-stealing scheme from 2017, former manager Alex Cora has kept a low profile. Now he wants to clear a few things up. Oh, this is why Epstein got whacked. All right, I have read many things that are true and many others that are not, Cora told ESPN. Out of this whole process, if there's one thing that I can completely reject and disagree with, is people within the Astros organization singling me out, particularly fired and suspended general manager Judd Lundau, as if I were the sole mastermind. The commissioner's report sort of explained in its own way what happened, but the Astros players have spoken up and refuted any allegations that I was solely responsible. If there is one thing I'm absolutely sure of, it is that it was not a two-man show. We all did it, and let me be very clear that I am not denying my responsibility, because we are all responsible. Yeah. I mean, if you owned a fucking baseball team, okay, and then all of a sudden somebody was drilling a hole in the fucking the wall out in the fucking center field, you wouldn't notice? You wouldn't have somebody walking over and going, what the fuck is going on here? Hey, mind your fucking business. Yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, when there's money and whores and cocaine at the end of the rainbow, like, people are gonna do shit. Once allegations of sign stealing were published by the Athletic in November, Major League Baseball launched an investigation which led to January firings and a one-year suspension of Lundau and former Astros manager A.J. Hinch. Cora, the bench coach of the 2007 World Series champion, took the Red Sox job that offseason and won the World Series with Boston the next year. The Red Sox fired Cora 2 days after Lundau and Hinch were let go. They weren't let go. They got a one-year suspension. Now, you watch this. All of baseball is fucking outraged. These guys will get jobs again. MLB's report found an operation far more limited in scope and impact in Boston, and the penalties were much lighter. Oh, really? That's surprising. The two-man show, or they just didn't want it to seem like... They always do that, like it was just one fucking year. The two-man show Cora referred to was him and former player Carlos Beltran, who was hired and fired by New York Mets this offseason for his role in the scandal. Out of respect for the investigation, I decided to stay out of the spotlight. Talking about it wasn't going to change anything, Cora told ESPN. I deserve my suspension, and I'm paying the price for my action, and I am not proud of what happened. Well, you look pretty excited when you won the thing. We made a mistake as a group. The entire Astros team, what happened was something that, if you asked anyone involved, no one was proud of it. We're all at fault, everybody. We're all responsible.
See if we can get this one.
Everyone who
Fuck's
was
sake.
part of the team. Oh my God, that must have been, the after
Sergeant,
party must
now.
have been so fucking gross. They're just sitting there fucking hugging on each other. We did it, and in the back of your head, you have to know. I mean, somebody's got to be like, dude, this is fucking, this is ridiculous, right? What are we celebrating here? Oh, look, now I clicked on some clickbait. Celebrities we forgot were married. Did we forget? Has anybody had the nerve to watch that video? I saw a quick little clip of celebrities owning up to their own racism. And what I'm going to guess is there's going to be a lot of white women crying. The genius of crime. Own up to what we did while getting comfortable. You know? I think if you're a guy, people would make fun. Or maybe no man have ever had the courage to carry that in. Use that emotion. Alright, legal zone. It's a whole new world out there, everybody. We're all faced with new challenges. If you need legal help to overcome some of yours, that's where LegalZoom fits in. Maybe you've been wondering about the best ways to protect your family. Or maybe you're thinking about starting a business, but you don't know the best way to do it. Don't let these questions hold you back. LegalZoom
What now, Sergeant?
has been dedicated to helping you
with the right solution for more than 19 years. If you're looking to protect your family with a will or living trust, or you're thinking about the right way to start a business with a DBA, LLC, nonprofit, or MUA, LegalZoom's got you covered. It's easy. Get started online. Why am I reading this like fucking Christopher Walken cadence? It's easy to get started online.
Capture the objective, soldiers!
Guidance and the networks of attorneys. And if you need guidance, the network of attorneys can provide advice to ensure you make the right choices. And since LegalZoom isn't a law firm, you won't have to leave your home and you won't get charged by the hour. Visit LegalZoom.com today to take care of some important things you need to get done. And that's LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom, where life meets legal. You know, Rogan podcast we were talking about pubic hair. There's once something we were proud of and then gradually trimmed and then tried to eliminate. And
I'm wounded!
There's got to be something
Gracias.
out there in the internet about all the COVID bushes out there at this point. All these COVID
Motherfucker. I am too drunk to be shooting sniper rifle.
Every time you get a fucking text message. Oh, look at that. Nice save. Just watched King of Staten Island, you fucking crushed it. Got me hyped for Arkham. No big deal. I don't know who that is because I'm still getting text messages from fucking just numbers.
Good show. Objective
You know what that
Charlie is
means, I
ours.
think. No, you know what? My computer will only accept text messages from iPhone.
The objective! Capture it!
With their Androids. I gotta go take care of the baby. He's awesome. He's looking around. He hears noises and he's turning his head towards it. What else? He's really strong and he's so cute and I love him to death. And the greatest thing ever when I was holding my son and then my lovely daughter came up and gave him a kiss and I had my arm around my daughter and I was holding my son. And I gotta tell you, man, that's what it's all about. And I want to thank my lovely wife for everything she has gone through in both pregnancies. And I want to apologize to her for suggesting we have a baby right after she just had a C-section. I really want to apologize to her for that. Like, this is awesome. Come on, let's do one more. All right, that is it. I'm gonna go play t-ball with my lovely daughter. I'm sorry, this one was real. This quarantine thing is fucking getting me like it's getting everybody else. I try to put on a brave face for you for a long time, and I'm just showing that maybe I'm a little human, and it's really bothering me. I hate everything that's going on right now. I hope people come together for a better world. I really do. I hope people, drug addicts get treated like, they have an illness. I think there's something to be said about, controlling people, and then there's also something to be said about, letting people, hearing people's voices, and
Gotta capture the
I have
objective!
empathy for everybody involved. That's what I have, okay? I don't think it's fair to make it out that all cops are like those fucking murderous assholes in Minneapolis. We need to figure out a way to fucking get rid of those people on the force. And, and I also think all the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and people finally, white people finally listening and joining it and trying to make a change. I think this is all going to come to a good place. We're just in the tough part right here, the growing pains of this. But I'm confident that it's going to get to someplace better. And
Thanks, Bill.
COVID thing's the only thing that's bumming me out. That it starts to get over with the crisis, and I'm going to see a bunch more cases. Please don't be a selfish cunt. Okay? As we try to get back to some sort of normal life, just try to, I don't know what it is, but Rogan said something great on his podcast, as he always does, where they're just talking about how to avoid it. They're not talking about your immune system. So, I don't know. Listen to this podcast. Don't listen to it. That's it. That is the podcast. Go fuck yourselves. Have a good weekend. I will see you on Monday. And I promise you guys on Monday, I'm going to do a bunch of research on the internet, and I will look for some silly shit for you to talk about. I don't want to be just another guy out there talking about what everybody already knows. I would like to be an oasis where you can put your brain on pause for a second and listen to dumb, stupid fucking thoughts about brain amplification. Dumb shit like that. All right? That's it. God bless you. God bless everybody out there.
Don't wanna be. So eat some cake, blow out the candles, but not in that order, or else you will burn your fucking mouth. Mouth. M-O-U-F. F. Mouth. Hey, did Manny Pacquiao lose last night? Is that what I heard? Somebody left me a message. He lost? That's unbelievable. I can't believe that little roided up guy. Dude, I think everything is fucking fixed. Don't listen to me. I don't think it's possible for a guy who comes in at 109 pounds to put on 40 pounds of muscle, not lose any speed or any power, yet actually get faster and stronger. Okay? I've seen that show. It's called The fucking Bionic Man. That's the only thing that was missing. That's what they should have shown in the beginning of all Pacquiao fights, was him crashing some experimental aircraft like John Denver, except he doesn't die. You know? And John Denver wouldn't have died. He would have lived if he wasn't wearing those stupid glasses. That's what did him in. Those little granny glasses, like he sat around making cookies in a tree. You know, like those Keebler elves. That's what killed him. A lot of people don't know that. They thought it was massive head trauma and carnage to his rib cage area with the vitals there behind it. You know, the floating rib that they gave over to that fucking cunt who couldn't stop eating the apples, right? It wasn't that. It wasn't massive head trauma. It was very minimal, very specific. He slammed his head off the experimental dashboard, and his mainstream glasses then shot it through his eyes into his brainstem. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. And then he died, and that's what happened. Everybody blamed the aircraft. You know, but everybody who actually goes out and gets a pilot's license, I believe on the first day, they tell him not to wear those glasses. Last time you got on a plane and you saw your pilot wearing those John Denver glasses, all right? There's a reason for that. Think about it. What am I talking about here? Can they show that fucking John Malkovich talking to his phone and just having the time of his life commercial one more fucking time? What's more annoying, that one or where that weird family does the a cappella version of Ozzy Osbourne's Crazy Train with that random black kid? Like, where did you get that kid? Like, you know, is he an exchange student? And he just seems like he's over all of it and not enjoying hanging out with the other white people as he fucking shakes the ice in his grape drink, you know? And then they got to end that great song with the parents singing like they're on Broadway. Going off the rails on a crazy train. You know? Anybody else with me on that? John fucking Malkovich sitting there all, you know? If that commercial was 30 seconds longer, he'd have the phone like blowing him. Tell me a joke. Do I have anything coming up tonight? No? Oh, lobster souffle. Or whatever pretentious fucking food he orders. Was it pretentious, Bill, or are you just not cultured and his order made you feel dumb? All right, you got me on that one. I'm the only one who's creeped out that there's a fucking robot in my phone. Or whatever it is. It's that they try to make it human. Why do they do that? Just make it sound like a robot. How can I help you?
Thank you, friends, for
Help you? Massage parlor. There is a massage parlor. 1.4. Just do it like that. So it still keeps that, like, we keep that distance. I don't need intimacy
with this thing that isn't fucking alive. I don't need that 2001 Space Odyssey experience. That's all I'm trying to say here, people. Oh, he's Bill Burr. He's mad at phones. Get out of his way, everybody. This guy's got something to say. What's the deal with John Malkovich? You ever wonder if you're going to stand the test of time? Your decisions? You know what I mean? I had a fucking panic attack last night. You know, turning 44 years old. I just woke up in the middle of the night like, Jesus Christ, I'm sliding into 50. You know?
No one's
I don't
playing
give a
Firestorm.
fuck how well you take care of yourself. When
fuck
you're
that.
50, you fucking look 50. Unless you had some fat from your ass blasted into your face. And then you just look shiny. But everybody knows you're 50. You're not fooling anybody with your real housewife forehead, are you? Forehead? 8 head? Huh? Is that show still on? You know, how long are they going to keep doing that? Till their clams are hanging out of their bikinis? Isn't that how they... Is that how long they're going to do that one for?
Yeah, fuck. I should probably
Let's
just
try
go
to
to bed.
beat out the Drew Carey show. How many fucking episodes of that? How many years of that
Night,
fucking
y'all.
show did they do? Well, people still didn't give a fuck.